Anyway, got something I thought you might like, Mr. Suit Guy? What is that?
We've spoken of Japanese fashion and Italian fashion, but what about Congolese fashion? If you've been following the World Cup at all, you might have seen DR Congo's national team arrive in the US looking dapper as hell, perfectly channeling their nickname, the Leopards, rocking outfits from emerging designer Alvin Jr. Mack. And that reminded me of the rich and fascinating history of the Congo when it comes to the place of fashion in their culture. Because in the Congo, dressing well isn't just about clothes. There's a whole culture and philosophy around it called la sape. If you've ever seen photos of boldly dressed men and women strutting the streets of Congo, this is what it's about. La sape stands for Société des ambianceurs et des personnes élégantes, which translates to the Society of Ambience Makers and Elegant People. And the members of this movement are called sapeurs. But unlike most other cultures where being fashionable requires some discretionary income and is typically not something the lower class spends much on, in the Congo, the sapeurs are very much ordinary people. We're talking modest, blue-collar professions such as taxi drivers, carpenters, electricians who work their blue-collar.
It's just so funny that in the Congo, they've invented aura farming from first principles. And I guess technically, they just have invented aura farming before anybody else. Like, that's all this is. It's not even a LARP. They just have aura, bro. And it's important for others to recognize that you too can farm this aura. You too can actually go out and be a guy who changes l'ambiance all around you. You know what I mean? Straight up. Respect.
Jobs by day and turn into the most stylish dandies at night. They will save for months, sometimes years, to get their hands on a piece from a big fashion house. Then they put it on and they walk through their neighborhood like royalty. Cane in hand, cigar in another, with an eclectic color combo that they somehow pull off. And despite often living in economically poor areas, the sapeurs are treated like local celebrities and are deeply respected for the positivity they bring to their neighborhoods. But here's the thing. All of this isn't just about clothes. La sape is rooted in something bigger. The movement really began taking shape in the early 20th century, during the colonial era in the Congo, when a man named André Matsois, who went to Paris in the 1920s, immersed himself in French fashion and came back to Brazzaville dressed impeccably. This was a time where Congolese people were expected to be invisible, to labor and then disappear. So showing up dressed that elegantly was a big statement and a subtle form of resistance and self-empowerment. Workers across both Congos then began adopting and reinterpreting the attire of the French and Belgian colonizers. This was their way of claiming respect and express self-worth when it was otherwise denied. And what's interesting is that La Sape has its own internal code. The culture values specific rules, such as combining no more than 3 primary colors and walking with a proud theatrical strut, almost like a performance. And the color combinations are painter-like. Magenta next to cobalt, canary yellow with forest green. Things that sound wrong on paper, but they make it look incredible in person. And it's great to see that this spirit is still very much alive. When the Congolese team touched down for the World Cup, I think they made a hell of an entrance, and they embodied that spirit of La Sape beautifully.
We're grading these people on a curve because they're victims of colonialism, right? We're not going to pretend that if you wore half of those outfits, anyone would think you'd look good in them, right? Dog, this is not being graded on a curve at all. Are you kidding me? This is yet another example of someone who genuinely doesn't understand fashion. Are you kidding me? This is an incredible fit. Are you out of your mind? That is like sincerely the fit of all fits. This is not like we're not grading them as a
fashionable requires.
Like this is an entire movement. Like every single aspect of this is one, maybe not like well tailored, but I think some of them is not well tailored by design. But the silhouettes are deliberate, the colors are deliberate. All of that is incredible. The color palette, the accessories, the sartorial choices, every aspect of this is phenomenal, dude. And it actually absolutely reaches the standard of some of the highest fashion houses. Not only that, but also this has been impactful in design philosophy for like numerous other European fashion houses, for example, and trends. Of course, fashion and style is totally subjective, but the notion that these guys don't know what they're doing is so silly. They know exactly what they're doing. The limitations certainly play a role in what is accessible. Having said that, it's all the more impressive that they're capable of throwing these fits together. in spite of the circumstances. That's so funny. This guy said dandy culture. Harlem dandy culture is also another like version of this as well. There are, different variants of like specifically black fashion, specifically black sartorial choices, from zoot suits all the way to, as I was saying, like Dapper Dan. There's a direct line in black fashion that has moved the needle